So this is Dr. Oliver Markley, and you came to Austin when?
2004, although that's when I moved here. My daughters came to UT, and so I visited frequently from the 80s onward.
And so what made you move to Austin?
Well, two things. One is I was really called to be here. I came immediately from the San Francisco Bay Area, where I was doing research on the nature of evil in the ascension of consciousness, which I finished and have not written up, but have not published it because I've not been called to do that yet. I have grandkids here, so that was a big draw. But basically, it turns out that Austin is something of a nucleating center for new consciousness. And we have a new meetup group, the Austin Consciousness Explorers, that meets the first Tuesday night of every month. And we are looking into leading edge topics having to do with global crisis and what can higher consciousness do about that.
So you've been here for at least 10 years and more, closer to 12. Mm-hmm. What impresses you about Austin people being kind to each other?
Well, this may not be the kind of answer you're looking for, Chuck, but one of the things about Austin and Texas is that people here recognize how unique Austin is in a state of Texas, and that we have the opportunity to be kind to each other because of the value set that is more ecological, it's more holistic, it values the whole and the sum of the parts that need to work together. And Austin people understand that. And it's a place that likes to boogie down. They say, keep Austin weird. Joseph Campbell, the great mythologist, used the term weird. He says the origin of the word weird has to do with the uncanny truth. And Austin is about the uncanny truth. It's one of the centers of creativity, and I'm really hopeful that creativity is becoming increasingly kind, and that Austin becomes a world-class city known for kindness, meditation, those kinds of things.
Wow.
As well as just music and computer creativity.
So you migrated here from California, and you live where else have you lived?
I was living in Palo Alto before I came to the Clear Lake area, where I taught for 23 years at the University of Houston's Clear Lake campus, next to the Janssen Space Center, where we had a graduate program in studies of the future, which is my profession. And within futurism, my profession, my specialty is intuition, guided imagery for intuition. And Austin is known for having greater intuition, greater creativity compared to other major cities.
And certainly compared to any other major city in Texas.
Indeed, indeed.
So when you think about the kindness in Austin, and for you, it sounds to me like you're saying it's almost palpable. You can touch it.
You can feel the energy. Yes, it's subtle, but yeah.
So what difference does it make?
It makes it easier to be cheerful. And one of the best advices I've gotten in this lifetime, having to do with global problems, that the best single contribution we can make to world peace and global well-being is to be joyful, to be kind. As the Dalai Lama said, my religion is kindness, just that. Austin has the opportunity to become known as a world-class center of kindness and compassion.
So obviously you're here to make that happen.
We are making it happen. Even the fact that you're doing this, Chuck, is part of it's happening.
Yeah.
Brings tears to the eyes.
So when you think about Austin, somebody's going to be watching this in South Africa, and somebody else is going to be watching this in China. When you think about this, is it really true, based on what you know, that everybody wants to move to Austin?
Well, everybody wants to move into kindness and compassion. And think of this as a nucleating, the pebble in the pool, that the ripples go out and then the ripples reinforce each other. Yeah, people like to move to Austin, but let's move Austin into every place.
Yes. Wow. So along the way, here in Austin, you've learned some things that you would consider to be wise in addition to what you've already said. When you think about the wisdom that you've learned in Austin, what do you hear? What do you think?
Listening to people. Really listening. Not thinking what I'm going to say next and like that, but really listening, like listening to you, Chuck, and what your concerns are about why you're doing this in your backyard. Austin is your backyard to make this be a better thing. I would say that's one of the number one things, is really being present with people and the concerns they have and what's happening now.
Wow. So, if you'd like to tell our viewer one thing about kindness that you'd like for them to walk away from, what would it be?
Be present now. Like Eckhart Tolle says, be in the present moment with yourself, feel yourself, and reach out and feel the other one. That's what I would say.
Wow. Thank you very much, Dr. Oliver Markley.
Thank you, Chuck.